Oh my god, it's gonna hit the garage.
The ambient lighting I want to see. Cool.
What about the blues?
Blue. Let's try blue.
I like the light blue. Ooh.
That's nice.
I do like purple. Or like the magenta.
The magenta looks cool. All right, so we're taking the Model X on a drive to Cava. We live in an area where we don't have many Cavas near us. There's only a couple.
Not yet.
It's about half an hour away, and we have the Model X for the night for a demo with 200 miles to use. So we're gonna use the miles to go get Cava and test out and see how the car drives on the highway. One cool feature with the X is these visors actually slide completely out of the way, and it kind of exposes the whole glass roof here. So you have a lot of field of view, or a large field of view rather, when you're driving. So this is my point of view here, and it's just all glass, which is a nice feature. I'm not sure how it would be in the sunlight. Like, we drove near sunset time, so it didn't really have much heat, but I wonder if the car is sitting outside, if the heat radiates through and really heats up the cabin, as opposed to having a traditional roof where, you know, it's not glass. UX Lexus, she has a center console here, and then the seats fold down, so Blair usually stands right here in the middle, but she's stuck in the back right now. Blair, what do you think? How are you enjoying the ride? Sitting in the chair. So we're testing out the full self-drive. You scared?
Yes.
100 feet.
Okay.
Turn right onto North University Drive.
All right, here we go.
I can't. Once there's cars.
Oh, here we go.
Now turn right onto North University Drive. Onto West Sunrise Boulevard.
It's doing a good job, actually. This guy's getting pulled over. This is awesome.
What is it doing?
Changing lanes. It's doing what it's supposed to do.
That one was fast.
So for how big this car is, this thing accelerates extremely quick, as you guys just saw in the little 0 to 60 test I did. This isn't even the plaid version, so this is like the regular Model X standard. I don't know what they call it, but it's not the plaid. And it's still very quick. I don't think you really need the plaid version. You don't really need any car that's that fast, but for a family vehicle or just like a daily, this thing is plenty quick, and there's so much room in this car. This is the configuration with the 6 seats. So for those of you who are new to the channel, this is my 992 911, and here we have a Model X Tesla. So right now we have my 911, and then we have a Lexus UX 200, which is a smaller crossover, and we're thinking about upgrading that eventually for something bigger. I really don't know what yet. I don't know what the perfect two-car solution is, having a two-door sports car with tiny jumper seats in the back that can't really fit people, and then what the next best thing is to have as a second vehicle with more room for both people, storage, and just comfort. So we did a overnight test drive for this Model X, mostly to see if it'll fit in the garage and how it fits with the 911, and how the Falcon wing doors open. So the Model X, the rear doors open up, and as you can see, my garage has a low clearance because we have these metal things that stick out of the back of the garage. So here in Florida, we have impact windows for storms, and then we also have impact garage doors. So those metal things on the back reinforce the garage door, you know, for wind or if it gets hit. So it leaves less clearance. So we rented this Model X mostly to see if it'll fit in the garage. I've driven Teslas before, they're comfortable. If you have an at-home charger, it's very convenient plugging it in. I know a lot of people out there who are probably falling for my Porsche are gonna hate this because it's an EV. I honestly don't care as long as I have a 911 or my fun car. I don't need my other car to be, you know, something crazy, loud, whatever. So this is why I'm considering a Model X. If you guys have any suggestions about what your bigger car would be, if you had a 911, if you have a sports car, what your second car, what you prefer your second car to be, what you like, let me know in the comments, because I really don't know yet. So far, we've had it for about 12 hours now, and we drove it pretty far last night. And it was very, just overall driving dynamics. The car drives great. It doesn't drive as big as it looks. It handles really well, good acceleration, very comfortable. This one has the refresh where it's very conservative in terms of like how much room it thinks it has, so it doesn't open all the way. I mean, clearly there's enough room to open a lot further, but it doesn't want to hit my car, which is a good thing, I guess. But the downside right now that I'm seeing is when you open these Falcon wings here, let me move out of the way. So when I unlock these doors, right, like how am I supposed to get in there? And there's clearly plenty of room on the side, and there's even room on top. There's probably close to a foot of space. So what I have to keep doing is clicking this button and manually overriding the height. And now there's a lot more room to actually get in. So my garage isn't huge. Even if it was a normal car, you can't really open a door fully, but this gives me enough room where I can walk in and just step in over here. So hold on, let's move the seat back. So sitting in the car here, you can see there's plenty of room to get in and out. If you have, you know, things you're moving, if there's people coming in, if you have a baby or whatever, it's not difficult to get in here. So I keep on having to override that, and it's very annoying. And when I go to the screen here, hold on. So it closes, right? Oh shit, I'm in the car. All right. So if I click open, it's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna stop too early, and I'm not really able to, you know, squeeze out. I mean, I can, but it's not very comfortable. So I have to hold this button. Hold to override. So I hold this, and it gives me a lot more room now. But the thing is, it doesn't give me an option to save it on here. So I overrode how much, you know, it can open, and it went to the height I would like it to go to, but there's no option to save it. So I wouldn't want this car if I had to override this every single time just to be able to get out of the car. So I find that everything about this car is fantastic, but that part is annoying. If somebody in the comments knows how to actually save where these doors, where I just opened these doors to, let me know, because I cannot find in the screen how to do that. And I used ChatGPT, I went on forums, and some people say they have the option to press save, you know, this spot where the doors are open at, and this car doesn't seem to have it. I don't know if it's because it's a demo and I just don't have like my profile uploaded or whatever, but yeah, I don't have that option, unfortunately. So let's close them now. When they do open though, I gotta say, like, it's very convenient getting in and out of the back, and the rear is awesome. You have, here, look, the trunk does the same thing as well. So it stops way too early. Like, I have not enough room to really get in, like I'd be hitting my head. But if I push it open here, I'd like it to open into there. Like, why can't it do that? And now I have enough room to, you know, reach in here. But yeah, this car is great. It has captain's chairs, has the front seats, and then it has the third row, I guess, if you spec the car that way. And then when you put the seats down, you have a huge trunk here, and then you have more room under here. They put the wheel caps or whatever, but it goes down pretty deep, honestly. So you have plenty of storage as well as the front. So for like a family vehicle, it's an EV, and I know a lot of people are gonna hate that. This car is pretty great, spacious. It's very quick, and it's good on the battery. So we drove it about an hour yesterday on the highway, so 30 minutes or so there and back, and it went from 52% to 38. So hour driving about 60, 70 miles, and it only went down like 12 to 15%. So it's pretty good. And obviously if I got one of these, I would set up a charger in the garage, so wouldn't really be a big deal. And we don't really go on long trips, and if we happen to have to go on a long trip, the supercharging network is pretty awesome. I'm not set on the Model X being my next big car, family car, whatever you want to call it. It's just something to try out. It's definitely high up on my list when we do upgrade my wife's Lexus to something bigger. It's a great car, I like it so far. But again, I'm not set, so I'd like some suggestions from you guys. What you guys would recommend is like your 2-car solution. Us car enthusiasts call the 2-car solution like having your fun car and then your daily. Like, what's the best setup? I know a lot of you guys are probably gonna say, oh, get a Cayenne Turbo GT, but it's just too much money. I allocate more of the funds towards, the fun car. It's not really all about the family one. This one's more about function. I do like Porsches, so maybe a pre-owned Cayenne is possible, but I really don't know. So yeah, so give me recommendations. Like, what do you think? And again, I know there's gonna be a lot of EV haters out there. For me, I really don't care, as long as, like I said, my fun car is internal combustion, which, the 911 is. It's really loud, and then this is obviously the polar opposite of that. And I know these depreciate really bad. I would never buy a new Tesla, or EV rather, that is. These go for like 85 new, and I've been seeing 1-year-old Model X's with like 5,000 miles for like 50 grand. So they depreciate like 35-40% in the first year. So I'm not stupid. I wouldn't buy one of these new. They're a pretty good value, slightly pre-owned. So a little bit different content. I haven't had much content on the 911 in the past few weeks, just because I haven't done anything new to it. But there's a big car meet coming up this Saturday, Clean Culture in West Palm. So that's gonna be fun. I'll do a video on that. So yeah, that's all I have for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed a little bit of a different content in this video. If you did, please drop a like, drop a comment with your suggestions, what you think about this possible decision about getting a Model X. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.